Hey guys and girls, so welcome to my video for today. I'm going to be talking about star signs. I'm going to tell everyone what the fuck I think about their fucking star sign. Let's go.
Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Libra, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius.
So yeah, Cheyenne, if you're watching this, thank you, because that's helped me memorize the star signs. Okay, so we're going with Capricorn first. Okay, what I think about Capricorn is that you guys, you can get a bit carried away with having power over someone or something sometimes, a bit too much. However, I do respect you incredibly because you have what seems like an inhumane work ethic, and like you're willing to stay up all hours of the night, willing to sacrifice your sleep, your mental health, your physical health to get shit done. Like, I know you guys, people think that you're work obsessed, and I think you're work obsessed, but I know that what it comes down to is the fact that you want to be successful. That's it. It just comes down to you wanting to be successful, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you want to be successful, you want to be you want to work hard for something so much, and then you want to look at what you've worked at and be like, wow, I did that, I worked for that, look at what it's become. It's like you want to build this empire for yourself, you know. I respect that about you. Emotionally, you seem very cold, you come across as very cold, but I think that's because, similar to a Scorpio, you're very reserved with your emotions, and I can come off as cold and distant, and as a Scorpio, I understand that. I get the whole you're so cold, you're so distant nonsense from people all the time. Actually it's just that my emotions are internalized, but you know, living in an extroverted world, that's hard to explain to people. So now we're going to go into Aquarius. You guys can be considered cold as well. You're born in a very cold time of the year, so maybe it's linked to the fact that, you know, you're born in a time of where you need to survive more or have better survival skills. You guys are carefree. You like to think you're right all the time. You hate people telling you you're wrong. You hate people telling you, right, this is what I think. And it's like you have a very hard time accepting other people's opinions because you think that you're always right all the time. And it can be very, very annoying, to say the least. So I have an Aquarius father, so I can definitely say you guys definitely need to work on accepting that sometimes you're wrong. You're not always in the right. And sometimes you need to just chill, hear out the other person. So Aquarius, you guys are, let me lean back. You guys are incredibly carefree. You don't worry too much. You don't seem to stress over things as well, which is probably why you attract Leos. Leos are kind of attracted to that sort of laid back kind of energy. You can just vibe with that person and they're just so relaxed and laid back. So Aquarius, you're very humanitarian, you care about other people. Lots of Aquarians, especially as they get older, they do more charitable things for other people. They go out of their way to do nice things for people. They're very considerate, thoughtful towards people that they care about. You know, they have a good way of getting into relationships. They tend to befriend the person first, and then once they're comfortable with that person as a friend, then they jump in for the they go in for the kill, I guess you would say, wouldn't you? So you're humanitarian, you're carefree, and you can be considered cold. Pisces, you guys are over emotional. I know you don't want to hear it, but you get over emotional and you get upset over stupid things. I'm sorry if you don't like it, it's just true. Sometimes you can ask for an opinion, you get the opinion, and then you're upset because of the answer you've received. Why did you ask the question in the first place? You complain about things that can be resolved, like a Sagittarius. You need to learn to stop taking on everyone's problems, and you need to learn to be mindful, and you need to learn to sort of better deal with how you're feeling, I guess. You're romantic in relationships, and you guys are very, very horny people. You're very, very horny people, you guys. Very, very horny people. You like, I feel like Pisces is one of these signs they're like a Scorpio. They will try anything in the bedroom at least once, and if they like it, they try it again. You know, in my last serious relationship, that person wanted to try some pretty hardcore BDSM, and I was up for it. So you know, Pisces is kind of similar. You're willing to try anything, and I love that. That's why I'd love to date a Pisces in the future, but not for too long, because you'd get upset every 5 seconds. I mean, if you're a Pisces that's emotionally strong and you're an evolved Pisces, and you know, you don't take everything to heart so much, then maybe, you know, you could give me a ring. Anyway, it's not gonna happen. Aries, you guys like to shout people down. You love power, like a Scorpio. In fact, Scorpio and Aries are both ruled by Mars. Mars is the planet of passion, the planet of war. It's the planet of intense emotions, I guess you could say. Aries is considered very intense, just like a Scorpio. They love to shout, they love power. You guys go from being angry 1 minute, horny the next minute, and then like someone's done something wrong to you the next minute. You know, like you get emotional over things. You seem to enjoy arguing. You seem to like fighting with people. I have a Aries manager at my work, and honestly, he's always in this aggressive mood all the time. You know, he comes into work,
right, come on, go on, you need to go to the back, you need to do the back, look at the back, look how messy it is. You need to go to the back, help people in the back. What are you doing in that section? You need to go to this section, you need to be in the middle. What are you doing over here? Why are you in the kitchen for so long?
I can be doing my job and he's complaining about me doing my job when I'm doing the things I'm meant to be doing. He's very observant. That's another thing about Aries. Aries rules the brain, the mind, the head. So you guys are very brainy, you're very, very intelligent. A perfect example of this is Russell Brand. So that's what I have to say about Aries. You guys, I would like to date an Aries. Well, okay. Let me correct that. I would love to have sex with an Aries, because you guys are aggressive and passionate like a Scorpio. That's an Aries woman, by the way. I'd love to have sex with an Aries woman that is interested in women. Taurus, my best friend is a Taurus. I quite like you guys. You guys are very stubborn, and what annoys me about you is that you refuse to accept that sometimes that you are wrong, but you are lucky if you ever encounter a Taurus that will admit that they're wrong. That means that they truly care about you, they don't want to lose you, they love you as a person, they've let you in when they can admit that they're wrong. So Taurus is similar to Scorpio in the sense that we're both fixed signs. The 4 fixed signs are Leo, Aquarius, Taurus and Scorpio. And being a fixed sign means you're very stubborn in your opinions. You know, it's kind of like once you have an opinion, you've made your mind up about something, it's going to be like pulling teeth from a hungry shark to get you to change your mind. You know, Taurus is like this. Taurus, when you have an opinion, you're firm in your opinion, and no one's changing your mind about your opinion. Not unless like you have some sort of epiphany where you're like, oh my god, you have some sort of eureka moment where you're like, oh my god, I've just noticed this, I've just noticed that, wow, what about this, what about that? Then, and only then, would you consider changing your mind. Not change your mind, but consider changing your mind. So there. That's the first thing. Second thing now, Taurus, you love food, you love comfort, you love your home, you love the home environment. The one thing you can do to upset a Taurus is disturb their home environment. The home is where the heart is, especially for Taurus and Cancer. I'll get to Cancer later on, after Gemini. So 2 signs. In 2 signs time it will be time to talk about Cancer. But you guys love the home environment, you love food, you guys, when you cook, you're actually quite good at cooking. My grandma is a Taurus on my dad's side, and whenever I go round to her, she'd always be offering me food. I'd have ice cream. After ice cream, she'd be giving me jelly. After jelly, she'd want me to have some oranges. You know, after that, she'd offer me more fruit. She'd ask me if I'm thirsty, give me a drink. After I finish that drink, before I can even finish it, she'd be giving me another drink. You know, like, I think maybe that's, most grandmas do that. When you go around their house, they just shove food in your face. They just give you like loads of meals. You know, that's their way of giving you love. I think that's what grandmas do, as well as giving you cuddles. But you know, grandmas usually, their love is, you know, through acts of service, I guess, which, you know, food is an act of service. That's the love language of a lot of people's grandmas. But anyway, Taurus, you guys are great. You're not good to get into arguments with because you won't stand down, and me as a Scorpio, I won't stand down either, so it makes for a very intense, heated argument. Moving on, Gemini, you guys seem to not know what you want. 1 minute you want to do this, next minute you want to do that. You're a lot like a Libra, although Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you're the 3 air signs. Aquarius doesn't have this trait, but Gemini and Libra, you seem to both be unable to make decisions, especially Libra. apart from obviously Libra's like Sagittarius in the sense that they both don't really like commitment, or they, well, Sagittarius more so, but anyway, let's move on. Gemini, you guys are extremely intelligent. A perfect example of this would have to be Judge Rinder. He's incredibly intelligent. Geminis, you guys are super intelligent. If I want to know something and I don't know it, I will go to a Gemini before the internet. You guys are hella smart, and you're very nice people. You're very kind in a lot of ways, especially about people that you're friends, that you care about. However, you guys seem to not like Scorpios, or you don't want to hang around with Scorpios, or when you do, it's like once every couple of months, maybe even years, like, and you pop up randomly out of the blue. Like, you don't keep regular contact, you'll just randomly pop up. I mean, a lot of Scorpios seem to do that, but I seem to be one of the only Scorpios that doesn't disappear off the face of the earth for months and then come back like nothing's happened. I don't do that. Other Scorpios do, but let's move on. So, a Gemini, I like how open you are with sexual related things. Like, if a Gemini finds me attractive, they'll tell me what they tell me, like, I like your tits because they look this way, and I like it when you walk and they bounce and everything. Like, oh, I like your ass because of the shape of it. Like, Geminis, you're very outspoken, and I really appreciate that about you. Okay, Cancer. I like you guys. I'm a Scorpio, so naturally I'm compatible with you. I know a lot of Scorpios will say that you tend to manipulate things and play the victim card. I don't agree with that. I've not seen any Cancers do that, to be honest with you. I will say that male Cancers have anger issues. Every male Cancer that I've met has anger issues, whether they want to admit it or not. And every female Cancer that I've met weeps like a baby, cries a lot of the time. But you guys are protective of the people that you love, and I love that about you. And you guys are meant to be the secret freaks of the bedroom. Scorpios, everyone knows Scorpios are freaks in the bedroom, but Cancer, you guys are undercover freaks, and for that reason I'd love to date a Cancer. Maybe if I trusted a Cancer enough and I was together with them for like 10 years, I'd maybe even put a ring on it, because like, I love Cancer. My rising is in Cancer, my rising sign, my ascendant is in Cancer. So when people first meet me, the impression they get of me is Cancer. Leo. My ex-girlfriend was a Leo. You guys thrive off of attention. One thing I don't like about you is you can be control freaks like a Virgo, which is the next sign coming up, but more so than a Virgo. You guys are kind of obsessed with control to the point that it gives you some sort of sexual satisfaction to have control over people. Not all of you, but especially August Leos. I don't really tend to get along with August Leos too much. I prefer Leos that are born in July, because you guys tend to be a lot nicer. Like, one of my friends, Sarah, I've been friends with her since about 2014, I think. So about 5 years now. She's one of my closest friends, and she's great. She's a Leo. You know, she cares about her friends, and I feel the stereotypes, the good stereotypes of a Leo more with a July Leo. Like, you know, loving, warm, caring about their friends, you know, they fiercely protect those they love, like a Cancer. Confident, honest, bold, brave, ambitious, you stand out in a good way. Also, Aquarius stands out. Something I forgot to mention about Aquarius. Thank you. Something I forgot to mention about Aquarius is that Aquarius doesn't want to do what everybody else is doing. Aquarius strives to be different, and this is a trait that Leos have as well. So Leos and Aquarius often attract each other, because a Leo is attracted to someone that tries to be different from the rest of the crowd. I think, like an Aquarius, maybe that's why I attract so many Leos, but I'm a Scorpio, so I'm not. Leo is one of my worst matches, but the fact that I have such a significant, I have mainly air in my chart. I have 12 air placements in my chart. I have about 9 water, I think, about 6 earth, and then like 3 fire placements. So mainly my chart is made up of air. Even though my sun is in Scorpio, I mainly have air in my chart. So maybe Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, the YouTube channel, will describe me as a fluffy Scorpio. I don't necessarily think that I am, but maybe she would describe me as that, and that's fine, because, you know, she clearly has more expertise than me in star signs. So I'm going to leave that to her. Not that she'd ever see this, but anyway. Scorpio is one of the most masculine water signs, even though it's a feminine sign. Sorry, I have a bump on my elbow and it feels weird when I you don't care. So Leo, I like you guys. Let me just say, sex with a Leo that loves you is good. That's the one thing that can keep Leo and Scorpio together, the sex. And like when you guys care about us, you really care about us, and it's like I love how fierce like a Leo can get in a relationship, and I just like I feel the warmth, and I feel this beautiful love that just oozes out of them energetically. It makes me just want to marry them and have their children, even though I don't want kids and I don't want to get married, but it makes me feel like that, you know. I currently have a crush on a Leo. She works at my work. She's one of the most beautiful Leos I think I've ever met in my life. But I can't tell what her sexuality is, so I'm just leaving it. She thinks that I have a problem with her, but I don't. But anyway, let's move on. In case she sees this and figures out I'm talking about her, let's move on. Virgo. Now, I have a long time Virgo friend from primary school, not secondary school, not college, not high school, not anything else, not work, primary school. Male Virgos tend to be lazy, they tend to be a little bit messy, however they do have very, very strong ambition, and they want to be free spirits, you know, like a Sagittarius or an Aquarius. They want to be a free spirit, they want to itch their elbows apparently. They want to just be free, they want to just do what they want, they don't want people bossing them around, telling them how to live their life, you know, like a Sagittarius. They want to live their life however they want to live their life, not how you tell them to live their life. They're very ambitious. Female Virgos tend to be the stereotype. They're neat, they're tidy, everything's got to be organised. They can have disorganised heads, but physically what's around them has to be tidy. Their environment has to be tidy and organised. And female Virgos are similar to Cancer with their energy, because they're very nurturing and caring. I just saw a beetle roll a ball of sand and then fall down a hill. You don't care. Yeah, Virgo, I like your energy a lot. I like that you have such a strong work ethic. Being an earth sign, the earth signs are Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Being an earth sign, you like stability in your life, and that shows definitely in the workplace. You have a similar work ethic to Capricorn. So I really do like you guys, and you guys are very, you can be very sexual, and in the bedroom, not even just in the bedroom, in general, you're extremely compatible with Scorpio. So I like you guys a lot, Virgo. I'd love to have sex with a Virgo. I think it'd be interesting to say the least. I find Virgos to be very physically attractive. Like every Virgo that I know, I find attractive. So I like Virgos. Yes, you know who you are. Yes. So yeah. Okay, Libra. Male Libras, you tend to have a temper similar to an Aries. Male Libras, you're very intelligent, you think a lot about life, I can have great conversations with you, but your attitude stinks. I'm sorry, your attitude stinks. You know, you're similar to a Leo in the sense that, like, you have this really annoying thing about you. You need attention all the time, and like it's such a turn off. Like it's like attention to you is like catnip, like, but more so with a Leo though. You don't seem to be able to want to make decisions, you know, because decisions means commitment. You'd be perfect with a Sagittarius, by the way. So yeah, Libras, you're okay, you're nice, you're romantic, you're whatever, but you know, I don't personally think I'd date you. I wouldn't want to date you. I'd have sex with you, but I wouldn't date you. So I don't really have much to say about Libras. I don't really know many Libras personally. Theresa May's a Libra. She's a perfect example of someone not being able to make a decision. Brexit. Now for Scorpio. I actually have a new favourite porn star, because those of you that know me personally know that I am a regular watcher of porn. I'm not embarrassed or ashamed to admit that. I am. I know that people are uncomfortable with female sexuality. I'm not. So I do watch a lot of porn. My new favourite Scorpio porn star is Valentina Nappi. Oh my god. She's so hot. Fucking hell. Okay, so other Scorpios, let me just tell you how you come off to me. You're polite, you're kind, you're nice when I meet you. When I get to know you, you close off more and more and more, and you pull back and you revert more and more and more and more until it feels like I've done something wrong to you. A lot of Scorpios that I know, they seem to be physically attracted to me or sexually attracted to me. I've had a lot of Scorpios that I know try to have sex with me. There's a Scorpio at my work, born 25th of October, same day as Katy Perry. And he's been trying to get me to sleep with him for a while now, and I like women, so it's just I don't want to go there with him. I don't want to say to him, listen, I'm not interested, because I don't want to upset him, hurt his feelings, but at the same time I don't want to lead this guy on because I'm not interested. He is very good looking, but I'm just, I don't swing that way. So Scorpios, you're very attracted to me sexually and physically. We get along on an intellectual level, we can have great conversations. I would love to have sex with another Scorpio, and I've had 3 opportunities to have sex with another Scorpio, but I haven't gone through with it because other Scorpios, when they want to have sex with me, they do it in like a spontaneous way, like I have one day to decide if I want to have sex with them, otherwise it doesn't happen. With me, I need to plan sex and then have like a week to prepare for it and then do it. With other Scorpios, it's just like spontaneous, like I don't have any time to think about it, I've got to do it, and then if I regret it, then I'm going to have to regret it afterwards. I don't have time to think about whether I actually want to do it or not. So I find other Scorpios to be very attractive. I will say that every Scorpio, okay, not every Scorpio, but most Scorpios that I've met, I've had dreams about them. I've had dreams about them. I often find myself very sexually attracted to other Scorpios and wanting to date them, especially the female Scorpios. I did have a crush on a female Scorpio at my work for a good 3-4 months. And I wanted to, I just found her so hot. But I look back now and I just think, why was I interested? Not that she's not a nice person, but I found out she has a kid, and I was like, yeah, I'm not interested anymore. So yeah, because I'm a lesbian who never wants children, really, not at this point in my life anyway. So Scorpio, you guys have very strong sexual energy, you're very magnetic, you're very nice. I like being around other Scorpios, I like the energy that they give me, and I like that we find the same things funny. We both find dark, depressing things kind of funny, so I'm even laughing at the words dark and depressing, yeah, I like other Scorpios, but when we're together, we get into this very self-destructive, pessimistic sort of mindset, and it's not good. We can sort of bring out the negative side in each other. It's either you love another Scorpio to death, or if you meet another Scorpio, you want to rip their throat out. It's either one or the other. There is no middle ground with Scorpio. Scorpio does not have the words middle ground in their vocabulary. That's why we are so extreme, we're so intense. We go through a death and rebirth. That's why we change our look all the time. That's why we're always doing something different. We're going through different cycles, phases of our lives. We are the most regenerative, we are the most transformative sign of the entire zodiac. So, Scorpio rules the groin, the reproductive organs, the bladder. So Scorpio is the best sign at sex. I know a lot of you probably going to disagree with that. If you do, you're drunk. But Scorpio is the ruler of sex. Aries rules the head. I think Taurus rules the throat. I know Pisces rule the feet. Capricorn rules the bones and the spine and all that sort of stuff. Aquarius rules like the veins and the capillaries and everything. And I know Leo rules the stomach. Cancer rules the chest. Yeah. And Scorpio rules the groin. So yeah. Scorpios they're known to be very horny, they're very sexual, Scorpios are very likely to become porn stars, get into sex work, We are very secretive because we don't want to really let people in, and we don't want people knowing everything about us, and we like to control the information that's coming out about us. So Scorpio, from the Scorpio's perspective on another Scorpio, I can't get to know you, you don't let me in, but I do that, and I understand why. We have this self-preservation, we have this whole thing of like, you need to prove your self-worth to me, and if you can't, then you need to get the fuck out of my life and leave as soon as possible. I completely get that, I completely understand that. So there's no hate there, it's just the fact that if I'm showing you that I'm not going anywhere, and if I'm showing you I'm trustworthy, I'm a Scorpio as well, like, just maybe take your barriers down with me, maybe. So Scorpio, I could talk about you forever, but I'm going to shut up now because honestly I want to talk about Scorpio more, but I need to move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you guys are fun-loving, free-spirited, lovely, full of energy. You guys are like the life of the party, kind of like a Leo or an Aries. Fire signs are all about excitement and passion and fast moving things and aggression, and I have a lot of fire energy. You know, I have Aries in my chart a few times that it comes up in certain places, so you know, my Chiron is an Aries, I know that. Yeah, I don't know what my natural house for Aries is meant to be as a Scorpio, I don't know, but I do have Aries in my chart, and you know, I have a fair amount of, I have more masculine energy in my chart than feminine energy. Maybe that's why I'm such a gay bitch, such a gay bitch, such a gay bitch, I'm a gay bitch, oh. Yes. I don't know what that was, don't ask me because I won't be able to answer you. Oh, let me have a drink. Coffee is fucking, it's just like water, it's watery and strong, and I can barely taste the sugar, but anyway. So Sagittarius, you guys are great. You guys are meant to be, people see you as the commitment phobes of the Zodiac. People also see you as a bit of a player, because you like to play the field, you like to mess around for a little bit before you get serious. You guys are like, people say that you're lucky if you settle down a Sagittarius. Like if you meet a Sagittarius and they settle down with you, you're fucking lucky. Sagittarius, I got to know the Sagittarius for a bit, and it didn't really go too fantastic. You guys sort of like to, you're in love with the idea of being in love, like a Pisces, and you want to move too fast and do everything too fast, like a Leo. And you guys are very impulsive, you don't think before you speak. You guys are very social, like a Libra, like a Leo. You know, you're very social people. I know that there's introverts of every sign and extroverts of every sign, but you guys are very social and everything, and you guys, you know, you love travel, you love to have fun, you love to have new experiences. Now, somebody with the Mercury in Sagittarius, I definitely have those traits. I like to travel. I look at aeroplanes thinking, where's it going? Why can I not be on the aeroplane? I visualize myself sitting on almost every single aeroplane that I see in the sky, because I have this incredible wanderlust to just escape from my life and to burp as well. So Sagittarius, I think you guys are absolutely fantastic, but I wouldn't date you, I couldn't date you. Sagittarius broke up with me once, sort of, kind of, and I spent 3-4 days crying over them, not being able to sleep because of them, because it wasn't going anywhere. And then the second Sagittarius, just like, she was really big and I didn't like her, but yeah. And that's all, that's it really. So guys, that's what I wanted to say really, so I'm going to say goodbye now. Love, peace, and mwah.